another video, y'all. Let me just fix my little tripod. Y'all know we be having to get ready over here at the Redefine Me channel. What's up, y'all? Tasha checking in with another video, y'all. Happy Saturday, or whenever you all are watching this. This is going to be a review for Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 25 or 3. Cut the cameras. If it's your first time joining me, go ahead and like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel, y'all. We got a good time going on over here. Okay, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. I know I'm kind of late on my review, but y'all, I had a lot going on today, had some errands to run and all of that, but I'm here. Shout out to the replay watchers. Thank you for joining, clicking on the video. Go ahead and like the video and comment and subscribe to the channel. All right, y'all, so let's get into it. If I look down, that means I'm taking notes. Y'all know by now I'm a note girl. I love to take notes to keep me on track, okay? All right, let's get into it. So we're going to get started with the first couple. Let me see. Let me skim through and see who I want to start with. All right, let's get Joey and Mike out the way. Let's get them out the way. Okay, as y'all know, Joey and Michael, last episode, Joey's family met Mike, right? They had this real dramatic, emotional scene at the dinner table because the family found out that Joey had relapsed. As we know, Joey is a former addict, and I think he's actually a current addict. I don't think he is reformed from his addiction. I believe he needs to go ahead and go to a inpatient rehab facility, right? But the family found out last episode that he relapsed, and when he relapsed, he was with Mike. So he's on a video call this episode with Mike, telling him everything that happened after he met the family. Mike is concerned that the family may think that he is the reason that he had the relapse, and Joey is like, no, the family don't think that, the whole nine, but the family kind of does think that, okay? Also, while they were on the phone in the jail, they're on a video call, and in the background, Mike is like, there's a fight that just broke out, and all of this is going on in the background. I'm like, what in the world? How can you do a video call and a fight just broke out in the back? And then Mike starts coughing, and he's like, he was like, they just pepper sprayed in here, and I'm just like, what is going on? Hang the phone up. Hang the video call up. So he hangs the video call up. He heard me. And then he goes and he calls Joey on the phone, the actual phone, to continue their conversation. Okay. So then, after he hangs the phone up, he calls Joey back. Joey is asking him questions like, when are you getting out of jail, so I can know how to prep for us and all of that. Mike doesn't give Joey a direct answer. He kind of tiptoes around it and everything. And because Joey has low self-esteem, he's willing to accept whatever Mike tells him. Then Mike goes and reveals the secret that he has for us. Thank you for the hearts. And y'all know that secret is that from watching the episode, that Mike, hello, Among Us Green, how are you? Welcome to the live. So the secret that Mike has for Joey is that Mike is going to actually be looking at another 6 years in jail. Joey's thinking that Mike is getting out in 6 months. He said he's told him 6 months. He's told him a year. He's told him all this stuff, but he has nothing that is concrete. And Mike reveals to us that he is looking at another 6 years, y'all. And in Joey's confessional, he said that maybe the secret is why he won't tell me how much time he has left is because he thinks I'm going to leave if he has 5 or 6 years. And Joey actually says, I'm not going to stick around for that length of time. So I don't foresee their relationship going far at all, and honestly, I don't care. Not Among Us Green says, you from English. Yeah, I'm from America. Hello, Jay. Welcome to the live. Thank you for coming in. While y'all come in the room, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button for this channel. All right, so that was Joey and Mike. And if y'all are confused, Joey and Mike is a gay couple. Yes. Hello, Brenda Hensley. Welcome to the live. Thank you for coming. So, moving on to the next couple, y'all. That was all that really happened with Joey and Mike. Nothing outside of that happened. Moving on to the next couple, which is going to be a new couple, y'all. Among Us Green says, "What's wrong with me? I don't know." We're going to keep you in prayer. I don't know what's wrong with you. All right, moving on to the next couple. This is going to be a new couple. Their name is Rick and Samantha. They are an older couple. Thank you for the hearts. And we get to Rick, and he is out shopping with his nieces. Okay, they are in the store looking for some gear for him to put on and all of that. Brenda says, "See, I don't know, see, Espanol. I don't know." So they are in the store shopping with their uncle, and he gets a phone call from Samantha. Samantha is the inmate. "Your son is gay?" "Oh, okay, I got you." So he gets a phone call from Samantha. Samantha is in jail. Him and Samantha have a history, okay? They used to be high school sweethearts, kinda, but not really. You know, they dealt with each other in high school, but he says that he was kind of a ladies' man in high school, and so they really didn't get to where they needed to get to, right? And so Samantha is 56. We get her background, her bio. She's 56. She has a DUI felony, which sentenced her to 3 years in jail. Okay, so the nieces is like, why? Amanda says, "Fine and good looking at." Huh? Fine and getting look at playtime. I don't know what that mean. Among Us. Okay, so the nieces are in the store, and they're asking him a lot of questions. They're like, "We're glad that you found Samantha. What's going on?" They're trying to figure it out, like all the other family members are when they get introduced to somebody new. Um, the nieces is asking him, "How much money have you spent on Samantha?" And he's like, "Oh, 25." And I'm like, $25, 25K, 25 what, Rick? And Rick isn't trying to really specify. He's like, "Let's focus on what we're here for." He starts redirecting the conversation to look at these clothes, look at this, look at that. Let's focus on why we're here. Let's focus on the clothes, okay? So the nieces are just like, all right. So he diverts them from that. The nieces is worried that she might come out and turn him back into his wild, crazy days. So we get the background with Rick. He says, "All right, Among Us Green, I'm sorry, babe. We're going to have to hide you from this channel." All right. Among Us Green is gone because I don't know what you're talking about, child. This is a review for Love During Lockup. All right, so the nieces are worried that when she comes out, she's going to turn him back into his crazy ways, right? So as we know, Rick used to be a party guy. He used to drink. He used to really get into it. He used to be like that guy. And so he's like, I'm not worried about that. She is a party girl, but I'm done with that lifestyle, basically. What else? The niece gets emotional because she's like, "You're a good guy. I just don't want you to be taken advantage of." They really love their uncle. He says that he never had any children, and so he looks at them as his daughters, and they have a really cool relationship. That was all that happened with them. I guess we will see when they come out, when she comes out, what's going to happen with them. What's going on? McNutt, you look like you make some fire gumbo. That's a lie. I don't know how to cook no gumbo. But welcome to the live. Well, I'll eat some fire gumbo. But I don't know how to make it, child. All right, so that was it with Rick and Samantha. And we are going to move on to the next couple, y'all, which is going to be Teeny and Rob, okay? So as y'all know, Teenie from the last episode, she met up with Rob's mom. They went out to lunch and everything, and Rob wanted them to meet up because he wanted them to squash whatever beef they had, which was due to Rob. You know, the mom got $500 from Rob, and Rob said to get the money back from her through Teenie, and now she was beefing with Teenie, and that was why they had an issue with each other. So Teenie, we opened up, they're still where they left off last week. Teenie is getting up because Rob's mom brought up his ex, saying that the ex wouldn't treat me like this, the ex would do this for me, and Teenie was like, cut the cameras, that's it, I don't want to sit here and deal with this woman bringing up the ex. Teenie then reveals to us, you know, you have no idea what I have done for your son since he's been locked up. It's been 5 years. I've stuck by this man. I've held him down. All these things that she's naming. Then the mom starts changing her attitude, and she's like, sit down, Teenie. I didn't know that. I wasn't aware. She starts acting like she's, you know, calming down and everything, like she really wants to have a conversation with her. She said she didn't mean to bring up the ex and all that other stuff. I think Rob's mom was putting 20 on 10, and she was up here trying to get some camera time, trying to get her name out there, trying to get the content creators to talk about her. Because I don't think she has no real beef with Teenie based off of the way that she just came back down and really brought it back down to earth. Because if you don't like somebody, or if you don't like your spouse's significant other, you just ain't going to be able to bring it down that quick like that. So I believe that was all fake about how she was reacting in the last episode. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at my notes. Okay, she says she been up and down the highway. Teenie says in 5 years, she been holding Rob down, okay? Rob, she says she even wrote a letter. Get this, y'all. She said she wrote a letter to get Rob's time reduced because Rob, this is his first offense, and they sent him to jail for 16 years for robbery. When I found that out, I said, you know, that is a rather lengthy sentence for somebody's first offense. Like, I ain't no lawyer. If you a lawyer, put it in the comments or let me know in the chat, because 16 years for your first offense for robbery, that's kind of crazy, but I don't know the judicial system like that. So maybe, I mean, it depends on who he robbed. Maybe he robbed a big wig person or something, and they was like, you're going to do 16 years. The mom said she didn't know about everything that Teenie had done. And she used air quotes like it wasn't really true. Like she didn't do all of that. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Then Teenie gives us the background about her children's fathers. Because we've been wanting to know where's the fathers of these children. So her daughter's father passed away. We find that out. And then the son's father was never around in his life. Probably one of the deadbeat dads that just dropped seed and ran. And so she says that Rob has been like a father figure to the children, and they're trying to make this whole family and things like that. What else? Hold on, y'all. Okay, so Teenie gets back home, and she says that she hasn't heard from Rob in a couple of days. She's like, he didn't call her to see how it went with his mom. He just kind of went ghost a little bit. And the fact that he has cameras all over the house, he hasn't even chimed in and said, hey, what's going on? How'd it go with my mom or nothing? So Teenie got mad because he hasn't called. And she took the cameras down. She said, I'm not going to let you have access to us because you haven't called to check on me and see how it went. So she unscrewed the cameras, did whatever she had to do. I said, girl, you could have did that all this time. I would have been unscrewed them cameras. So she took the cameras down, she unplugged them, and then we get Rob calling. So Rob calls. And Teenie said, he said, what's going on? Did you call somebody about the internet? I can't see you on video cam. What's going on? She says, ain't nothing wrong with the internet. She says, I unplugged the cameras. She says, hold on. He talking about something, are you serious? He talking about some, how did it go? Did it go good with mom? And it's like, Rob, you knew that Teenie and the mom is beefing. What do you mean did it go good? No, it didn't go good. They're beefing. They don't like each other like that, or so we think, because I don't think it's an issue with them. And then Rob we come to find out also that Rob gives his mom an allowance, y'all. So he does give his mom some money. You know, the greedy mom, though, feels like whatever he gives her isn't enough. So maybe that's why Rob asked Teeny to get the $500 back that he sent her, because he already gives her some money. So we find that out. Teeny says that Rob gives her an allowance, but she don't think that's enough. This is what she's telling Rob on the phone. Then we find out, we cut over to Rob, and remember, he has this secret. He been saying he had this secret for 2 episodes, and we've been wanting to know, what is this secret, Rob? So the secret that Rob has, y'all, get this. This is really crazy. I said, this the secret? And I guess if I was Rob's woman, I would feel the same way, right? The secret is he has a tattoo on his arm of another woman. That's the secret. He says he was dating a woman when he met Teeny, but Teeny just overthrew the other woman, and he now has this affection for Teeny, and so him and Teeny are now together. But why would you get a tattoo of the other woman? Or is that the other woman, or is this a different woman? He didn't really clarify, but the bottom line is that the secret that he had to tell Teeny is that he has a tattoo of another woman on his arm. But he hasn't told her that yet. He told us that. I believe Teeny is not going to be cool with it. And then a part of me feels like it might be his grandmother, because the woman looked old on his arm. So I'm like, is he putting 20 on 10 for the cameras? Because you know, in some of these reality shows, we can't even really believe everything that they be saying, right? Sometimes they just be full of it and they be lying. But anyway, what else? Rob also says that to Teeny, he reveals to her that he could possibly take parole and get out when he's supposed to. Now, he's supposed to get out in a month, but he says if he takes the parole, that means he have to do P tests, he has to check in with a parole officer and all of this. And he's saying he does not want to do that. So instead of doing parole, he says that he wants to not do the parole, which is going to now make him get out instead of 1 month, get out in 2 months. Okay, Teeny's mad about it because she's just like, now we gotta go up and down the road again for 2 more months instead of 1 month. And I'm like, is it necessary for you to go see Rob every weekend? Like, do you have to go see him every single weekend? I just don't understand it, especially when he got cameras all throughout the house. Can't he just look in the camera and see y'all? I don't understand that. But she gets mad about that. Then she starts giving him excuses about men in the real world versus men in jail, and how you have to have patience with men in jail and all this stuff. In my opinion, Teeny has low self-esteem, and I don't understand why, because Teeny is a beautiful woman, right? But beauty means nothing if you have low self-esteem on the inside, if you have an issue with yourself, right? Like, I just don't get it. I just do not get it. And so it's just, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But in my opinion, I don't know if they're going to last. I don't know if their relationship is going to last at all. Rob is a big manipulator. Rob has some issues going on. I want to know who this woman is on his arm, if that is the ex-girl or if that's his grandma or what's going on. But we will see later on. Moving on to the next couple, which is going to be Ayanna and Jamal. Let's get into Ayanna. Because Ayanna, last week, what the difference a week can make, right? Last week, I gave Ayanna grace. I said, you know what? She a single mom. I know how it feels to be a single mom. She holding it down with her kids. It's tiring. It's this, it's that. This week, that grace had went out the window. Let me tell y'all what happened. So Ayanna's friend Lexi, y'all know, with the oodles and noodles. With the oodles and noodles edges. So she came over the house, right, to pick up Ayanna, right, and the baby, because she's going to take them over to the mom's house. Ayanna want to see, hello, Patience. I don't know how to pronounce the first name. Magisha? Patience. Hello, welcome to the live. So she goes to take Ayana to the family's house before she's about to get sentenced. Y'all know Ayana is going to have to spend some time in jail herself. Now she's dating an inmate, but because she got a DUI, her second one, she's going to either have to spend 2 weeks in jail or 3 months in jail. We do not know until she goes to court. So Lexi is driving her over to her mom's house. All of a sudden the phone rings, and who's on the other line but Jamal? And Jamal is talking to her, and then Lexi chimes in, and she's asking him questions and stuff. She's talking about, what's your intentions, all this stuff that she's trying to ask her. Are you dealing with another woman, and all this other stuff like that. Of course he denies it and everything like that. Fast forward, Ayana is saying in her confessionals, y'all. Now she has to be at court. She's saying that she's ready to miss court to go see Jamal. Ayana, you need to pump your brakes because you need to go handle your business. Forget him. He ain't going nowhere. He in jail. He's going to be there, and you're going to see him at some point because her court date got changed. So what happened is she was supposed to see Jamal. Then the next day she was supposed to go to court, but the judge couldn't do that court date. So now the judge had to move the court date to the day that she's supposed to see Jamal. So she is like, she's ready to miss court just to see Jamal. I'm like, so you trying to do longer than 2 weeks or 3 months in jail? What's going on? I cannot pronounce your name. And what's the problem, Brenda? My real name is Natasha. Okay, well, hello, Miss Patience, Natasha. Welcome, Janae, to the live as well. Okay. All right. So, where was I at? Okay, so she willing to miss court for him. Lexi's still talking on the phone to Jamal. She's drilling him. I don't think Lexi really has no best intentions of asking him no questions. She just wants some TV time, y'all. And that's just it. And then I noticed one thing that Lexi did in the car, and I cannot believe that she did that. The baby was in the car seat. Lexi goes and takes her vape, and she vaped it a little bit, but then put it out real quick. I guess she forgot the cameras were on them. There's a child in the car. Why are you vaping? And people think that vaping doesn't cause any effects or doesn't do anything because it's just some smoke, Janae says, I'm Gigi. Hello, Gigi. I have to go. Okay, thank you for joining, Patience. Make sure you go ahead and click the like button on the way out. Thank you. But vaping while baby is in the car, sometimes I don't even want to see vaping. You know what I'm saying? So why in the world would you vape with a baby in the car? I don't know. But this is just a testimony to Ayana's circle and her friends and people that she has around her. Sometimes you got to cut off your circle and change your friends so that you can have a better outlook on life. Like, you don't have to do... Let's get into the rest of Ayana because she got on my nerves this episode. Okay, so... she gets to the mom's house. They get dropped off at the mom's house. Her son is there. We finally see her son because she told us she had 2 kids, but we hadn't seen the other child. So I was wondering, like, where is the other child? So we find out that Ayana had her son when she was 17 years old. And since she was dealing with postpartum depression and all of that, the son stays with the mom. So the son, she said the son loves her. She loves the son. It's no bad parenting going on there. So then when she gets in the house, she says, hey, son, and all of that. She says, hey, to the mom. But she gets a phone call from Jamal, and she tells the mom, I'm going to go upstairs and use your bathroom real quick. So she sets the phone up. And this is why I feel like Ayana has not learned her lesson from all of the stuff that she's been through. She's trying to give us this picture of this person that is tired and a single mom and trying to get her life together. She ain't trying to get nothing together. And this is why. She goes upstairs. She sits the phone down. She on the video call with Jamal, and Ayana tells us there's not supposed to be any nudity on their call because he could get in trouble in jail or they could block the video. She goes and pulls her pants down and shows her butt to Jamal. And I'm like, girl, ain't it supposed to be no nudity? What is wrong with you? Why her kids and mama downstairs? Now you sitting up here trying to do a porno in front of freaking Jamal. What is wrong with you? Then she lifts her shirt up, and he's making all these comments saying, oh, yeah, it's sitting right and all of that. And Then she says, I just want to be your slut. I said, excuse me? And then he says, yeah, you're going to be my slut. And I'm like, what is wrong with this generation? Ayana's 27, right? This generation of women just do not have any respect for themselves. Calling yourself a slut, saying you want to be slutted out by him and everything, showing your booty, stripping, not caring about your kids, getting DUIs, all of this stuff Ayana is doing, and she wants us to feel a way about her. I just really am just appalled at the way that she was behaving on this episode. It was just ridiculous. So she goes back downstairs, and her mom is like, get your feet off my couch. She didn't have no shoes on, and I don't understand why it was a problem. And Ayana was like, my feet are clean. I'm like, dang, Mom, you only want her to have her bare feet on your couch? Oh, okay. That was weird. And so she tells the mom, you know, I may have to go to jail for 2 weeks or 3 months, and I know you have my son, but I'm gonna need you to keep my daughter. So now you're going to add on another child onto the mom. And sidebar, the mom looked really young. And we find out that the mom had her kids at a young age too. Let me tell you something. Black women, African American women, they will look young, right? Because sometimes we do have kids younger. By the time we get 40, 41, child, we could be a grandmother or we could end up having another child. It flows either way. So when you see a black woman or an African American woman and they look so young, it's like, and they have a older child and a grandchild, you'd be like, dang, ain't you like 30 something? And you'd be like, no, I'm in my 40s. But sometimes it depends on the life that you have led, you know. So her mom did have her young and everything like that too, and it looks to me like it's a generational cycle, and I hate that. I so am for generational curses being broken. Like, just because you had a baby at 17 doesn't mean that your child has to follow in your footsteps and have a baby at 17 too. So I was just really like, you know, I hope that Ayana's young baby girl does not go through the same generational cycle that her grandma went through and that her mom went through. And even her son, that he doesn't get somebody pregnant young and go through that cycle as well, because curses definitely can be broken. They definitely can be broken. So Ayana said, I need you to keep the daughter. And the mom is just like, I'm tired. You know, I have a life too. I don't want to keep on, you know, doing this really. But she says she loves her grandkids. So she's not going to throw her grandkids out on the street or to the foster system because the mom can't get this stuff together. So of course she's going to take on the responsibility of being the mom that they're lacking from Ayana. And so Ayana then says, this is what really got on my nerves with her. So the mom says, you need to get yourself together. She says, you need to stop doing dumb-ish. Stop doing dumb stuff, and I wouldn't have to go through this with you. She's like, you need to stop. And so Ayana was like, well, you act like I told them to pull me over and give me a DUI. I was like, is this girl serious? I said, Ayana, you're the one that rolled the blunt. You're the one that got in the car and started it. You're the one that lit the blunt, and you're the one that smoked it. Yes, if you got pulled over, you were going to get a DUI because you're under the influence of marijuana, you crazy girl, and you know that because this is your second one. How you going now and get mad at the justice system, the judicial system, because you decided to light up this narcotic and then get pulled over and get a DUI? What kind of argument was that to say to your mom? She act like it wasn't her fault that she's about to go to jail. Yes, it's all your fault. Take accountability, Ayana. It's your fault, and your mom is not obligated and responsible to keep putting up with your mess. That's why the mom was like, stop doing stupid stuff. And then Ayana had the nerve to say, well, when my man get out, he's going to help me stay on the straight and narrow. No, he isn't. He is a felon. When he get out of jail, he better hope he can stay on the straight and narrow. Child, Ayana a whole mess. She needs to be in some real therapy and not on this show. She really, really does. I hope for her sake that this last time that she has to go in jail, that she learns her lesson, that she gets herself together, if not for her, for the sake of her children. You're a mother, Ayana. You have to take accountability and ownership and put your big girl panties on and take care of these freaking children. They didn't ask to be here. Your mom is not their mom. I can't stand when these women sit up here and have these daggone babies and then turn around and be out there, I'm gonna live my best life, I'm outside, and be twerking and drugging and drinking and leaving the kids on the grandmother and doing all this crazy stuff, and then wonder why when your child grow up that they are out of control, that they don't have no guidance, no morals or anything, because you decided that you didn't want to be a mother when it was time to be a mother. Woman up, Ayana. You got 2 kids. You are a mother. That is an important job. Do not sit up here and raise menaces to society and unleash them on the world, and now we got to deal with the mess. No, raise your children. Get yourself together. I mean to rant. I mean to go off on Ayana, but I felt that thing. Because I'm like, take care of your kids and grow your kids up. Take some ownership and responsibility and stop turning them out on everybody else. Anyway, moving on to the next couple. This is the last couple, y'all. It's going to be Shantae and True. Are they the last one? Yes. Shantae and True, y'all. Let's get into this mess, okay? So True, we opened up with them. True is in prison. He says he can cook. So he's showing us the prison kitchen. He's showing us the knives and the seasonings and all that other stuff, right? And he's showing us that he can cook a seafood omelet. I'm like, they letting True cook a seafood omelet in the prison kitchen? Y'all, when I tell you they let them do anything in prison, it ain't even a punishment situation no more at this point. So he have been making a seafood omelet in prison. And I always hear all the horror stories about prison food and stuff they got to come up with in prison. Oodles and noodles crushed together to make a pizza and all this other crazy stuff. But not True. True has some type of access, I guess, because the cameras was allowed to be in there. So he's showing off his culinary skills, or they gave him a free pass or something. I don't know. But he making a seafood omelet. Then we pan over to Shantae. Shantae is going to go to a restaurant to get some pointers on opening the restaurant, because she says she wants to open a restaurant with True when he gets out. I'm like, Shantae, you need to pump your brakes. I don't know why these women want to have these felons come out and put them in business. Yes, I'm all for being reformed. Yes, I'm all for giving people a chance. But at the end of the day, child, pump your brakes, okay? You might want to make sure that he's going to stay out of jail and that he's going to be a reacclimated person before you put him in business. But nah, we gonna see in a minute. Okay, so I thought I heard something. That was somebody driving down the street, y'all. I keep my ear to the street. You just never know. Okay, so then she says she has experience in the restaurant industry. She knows how to run somebody else's kitchen, but she wants to have the experience to run her own. And then they pan over to, I guess, a job she had in the past. And y'all, it looked like she was managing churches. It looked like she was managing Church's Chicken or Popeyes. I said, Ayana, Church's Chicken or Popeyes is not the same as running a restaurant. I guess it is a restaurant, but it's a fast food situation. And I don't know, maybe she is going to try to do a restaurant situation, like a small thing like Churches or Popeyes or a food truck or something like that. I don't know. But I just thought it was funny to me, because I was just like, child, is that Church's Chicken or Popeyes? I don't know. But she said she got experience, child, in running the kitchen, and she want to run her own. So we pan back over to True. True said she's going to be doing the cooking, right? Back up. She was sitting down with the owner of the restaurant that she was going to go view and get pointers on. And then True calls. And so when True calls, the owner is saying, hello, True, how are you, and all of that. The phone gets passed to the owner. And I'm like, why the phone not on speaker? I thought the phone had to stay on speaker when they are on these shows. But the owner gets the phone. She's talking to True. And True says that when they open a restaurant, Shantae is going to do the cooking and he's going to do most of the management stuff. And I was like, what? What? I say, pump your brakes. You are a felon, sir. You don't need to be doing no management stuff. You need to sit down, because how do we know you ain't gonna steal the money and run the restaurant into the ground? Now, again, I know you go to jail, you pay your debt to society. Okay, you are done with it. You're supposed to be reformed, but at the same time, some of these felons come out and they be itching to get back in the stuff. Hello, Raisin Brand. I'm confused. We are doing a review for Love During Lockup. It's a show that comes on Friday nights at 9 p.m. on WE TV. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WE TV. That's what we're reviewing. And this is the couple, Shantae and True. True is locked up. Shantae is dating him, or actually engaged to him. And he is about to get out of jail. And so they're talking about opening a restaurant together. Just to catch you up to speed. You are welcome. You're welcome. Make sure you hit that like button, y'all, and y'all subscribe to the channel, because I do a lot of content over here. Okay, so where we at? So he wants to manage. I said, you don't need to manage. You need to sit down, because you're a felon. You need to sit down. Then Shrew is supposed to get out less than a month. Okay, he has a month to go, less than a month, and he's supposed to get out. And y'all know he's gonna be paroled to Shantae house. You know, I don't know why when these men get out of jail that these women feel like I have to be a Captain Save a Felon. You know what I'm saying? Why are you letting these men come into your home? And she has children. You don't even know if this dude is reformed. Some people serve their time and then they can't wait to get back out in the streets and commit more crimes. And you're bringing this man into your house with your children? Anyway, moving on to that. So then she meets up with her brother, right? Her brother has been in and out of jail himself. She meets up with her brother. Her brother name is Fred. We find out on this episode, right? Hold on, y'all. Okay. We find out on this episode that the brother, she met up with the brother and she's talking to the brother because she said the brother introduced her to True. What kind of love do you have for your sister when you introduced her to a felon? But anyway, because the brother was locked up with True. We find out they were cellmates. They were in the same cell. And we find out, too, that the brother stole money from Shantae. She met up with him and she said, I want my money back. She said there was only my kids in the house and you in the house. And I know my kids ain't taking. And I'm like, you got it, Shantae. He stole your money. He's a felon. So if he stole your money, what you think True going to do? Bringing him in your house? Are you crazy? But anyway, I digress. Moving on. So he says he is holding on to the fact, Fred is saying he did not steal her money. Okay, he's holding on to that. But I'm like, Fred, if the kids ain't take it and you was the only one in there, she ain't steal from herself. You did it, sir. I believe it was to the tune of like $25,000 that he stole from her. Child, would have called the police and sent them right back to jail. You're not about to steal my money from me and think just because we siblings that it's cool. Oh no, you even give me the money and it better show up by the end of the day or I'm calling the police and tell them that you stole money from me. Okay, but I guess she didn't do that. And then Fred says that he's going to give the money back, but I thought you didn't steal the money, Fred. Fred's nails, y'all, sidebar. If y'all looked at Fred's hands, his nails were almost as long as mine. I can't stand a man with long nails. It is disgusting. I think it's nasty. I think long nails, I feel like are for women. His nails was nasty. He came in there with some 3-piece pimp suit and a cane. And she's like, what happened to you when he first walked up? And he's like, he did something to his leg. Y'all, Fred said, I'm going to be on TV, so I'm going to make sure I'm got my Steve Harvey 3-piece suit on. And so then Fred sitting there, right, and then True calls. So Fred says he knows True, they were locked up together and all that. Hold on. And Fred tells her he knows True and she don't know what she get into with True. And then she's like, well, why didn't you hook me up with True then? And when True calls on the phone, he tells Fred, look, you need to get that money back. And Fred is talking about, hold on, what did he say? Hold on. Hold on, y'all, let me make sure. Yeah, he was talking to Fred like, you need to give the money back. And Fred is talking about some, I didn't take the money, blah, blah. But he's saying he gonna get the money back, child. I don't know. All I know is that Fred, in my opinion, is a little shady, and Fred knows some stuff about True that he is not telling his sister, and I think that's messed up. If you love your sister, if you see, but see, he don't love his sister, he don't care about his sister because you stole money from your sister, so you don't care about her. But if you know something about this dude, even if you a shady, slick dude, you should tell your sister what's up with True. I'm gonna tell y'all this: when True gets out of prison, he gonna see Shantae, and he is not gonna like what he see. I feel like that's what's going to happen, y'all. Because Shantae is not ugly, right? But she's not one of them women that True would go for. We already know that he only dated white women. She's the first black woman that he dated. And then you gonna turn around and ask her to marry you on top of that. You never dated a black chick. But not only are you gonna now date her, but you're gonna also marry her. It's giving me romance scammer vibes. Okay, that's what it's giving me. But y'all, we're gonna see what happened because True, I don't know. I don't trust him. I don't think he being true. But y'all, I think that's my last couple. Let me make sure I got everybody. Rick and Samantha, Joey, Mike, yes, Ayana. Hold on, y'all. Did I forget something about Ayana? No, Ayana. We got that, Jamal. Teeny and Rob. Yep, those was all the couples that was on this episode. If I had to rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10, I would have gave this episode like a, guess like a 5.5 with me. You know, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hello Domino or Domingo. Hi. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments about this episode. I said I give it a 5.5. I review this episode. I review this show every Saturday. It comes on Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WeTV. Thank you for everybody who joined in the chat, that commented. Thank you all for joining. Go ahead and hit the like button. The like button pushes me out to more people. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of other content on my channel. If you like what you've heard, if you like what you've seen, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see y'all all next week for this particular review, but I also do a plethora of other content throughout the week. So if you love it and you like it and you want to see more of it, subscribe. Love y'all so much. Y'all have a great, happy Saturday or whenever you watch this. Shout out to the replay watchers. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Until we meet again. Bye, y'all.